everybody, it's me Sissy, and today I'm going to show you how to make 2 delicious side dishes to use at your upcoming Labor Day picnic. I've got this delicious cauliflower mac and cheese, ooey and gooey, overflowing with cheese, and I got this great keto coleslaw with red bell peppers. It just smells so good. So let's quit talking and get in the kitchen and start cooking this stuff. Okay, to make our slaw, I've got the just bagged classic coleslaw mix. This does have, serving size is 1.5 cups, which is 3 ounces, and it does have 5 grams of carbs. So it is kind of carby, but you know, you can just eat just a little bit. There's no way you're going to eat 1.5 cupfuls of this. So I'm going to make this slaw, and since I'm the only one who's really low carb in it at my Labor Day picnic, I'm just going to use half this bag so I have it for other recipes. So we're going to use half the bag of this, which is going to be 6 ounces of this. Then we're going to use a little bit of cream cheese. I said cream cheese. A little bit of sour cream. A little bit of mayonnaise. I've got some scallions, and I've got some frozen bell peppers. It's a mix of bell peppers and onions, and it's the same as the coleslaw mix. It has 5 carbs and 3.5 ounces. So for the whole recipe, which will be 2 servings, I'm going to just use like half this bag, maybe not that much, because I just want to get that flavor of the bell pepper and the onions in our slaw. So let me get everything weighed out and put in my bowl, and I'll show you how. I've got my bowl out, and I've got it on the scale so I can weigh this out. Usually I just eyeball it, but you know, I had the scale out, so I thought we'd go ahead and use it. And hey, boo-boos, you see me, mama? So we're gonna see. I want to get 6 ounces in here. 6 ounces. And then I just want to add a little bit of my scallions. Oh, look at this. I saw this trick online. My scallions, I clipped them off, and then I put my little nubbies, the little onion part, in a cup of water, and look how much scallion I've got growing. Isn't that cool? That's cool. I never have to buy scallions again. Maybe not. But anyway, I'm just going to cut some of these up in the bowl so I can have some fresh onion flavor in there. And these have less carbs than regular onions, so I'm just gonna. Of course, you could chop these up if you wanted to, but I'm just gonna do it in a bowl like this. Oh, and I forgot one ingredient. We're gonna put in here some apple cider vinegar and a little bit of my liquid sweetener, because I like my slaw to be just a little bit sweet. And then, of course, we're going to add salt and pepper. Okay, let's get that done. And then what I like to do with my bell pepper, I don't like chunks of bell pepper and onion to be in there. So what I'm going to do is measure this out, and then I'm just going to put it in my food processor, or my Ninja, and I'm going to grind it up. And that way when I put it in there, that flavor will be spread out all through the recipe, and I won't have to use as much. So I'm just going to use 1 serving, which was 3.5 ounces. And this is just a mixture of bell peppers and onions. I actually got this bag from the Dollar Tree. It's just a lot cheaper than bell peppers. So we're just going to put that in there. So we get 3.5. Okay, 3.5. The towel. Okay. So I'm just going to put this through the Ninja. There we go. And get it pulsed up, and then we'll add it to our bowl. And since that was frozen, it kind of grinds it up. It makes it kind of like a paste almost. And we can put it in there and it'll spread out all through the slaw and give it a great flavor. And you get the flavor without having all the carbs. I mean, because you'd have to put a lot to really get a good onion flavor in there. So, and I like to do this the night ahead so that the flavors have time to kind of marinate and spread out in there, and everything will. Okay, I got a big. If you get any big chunks, you can just pull those out. Don't put those in. Okay, and then we're just going to add a little bit of mayonnaise. And I don't measure this. You can measure it. Probably start with 1/4 cup of mayonnaise and 1/4 cup of sour cream. I don't want to get bell peppers in my sour cream. Okay. Then we want to add some salt and pepper. And you can put other seasonings in here if you wanted to. You could put some garlic in here. I have seen people put pickles in it, but I don't like pickles in mine. But I do need to get my apple cider vinegar because that does give it a great taste. And I'm just going to put just 3 drops. And if you don't have liquid sweetener, you can put 1 little pack of stevia or a teaspoon of stevia in powdered or the granular and mix it up and just see what it tastes like. See if, or you may not even like it sweet. I like mine sweet. Another good thing to put in here would be some red pepper flakes. If you wanted it to be a little hotter. Yeah, let me get my apple cider vinegar. So I've got my apple cider vinegar, if I can get the top off. Yeah. And I'm just going to put this is a teaspoon, so 2 of these. This is half a teaspoon. And I know this looks like a lot, but this will kind of wilt down when it sits overnight. So just before you go to serve it, just kind of fluff it up a little bit, and it'll kind of get some volume back in it. Put some pepper. And if you see any big pieces like that salad mix, slaw mix, I see some big pieces. That's why I love these kitchen shears. I just stick them in here and just cut up those pieces. And I mean, if you don't want to use the bag mix, you can grate your own. And I just like it because it has the carrots and everything in it, and I don't generally buy carrots. So that comes in handy for me. Okay, so I'll stir it up. Let me get a spoon and a fork and taste this. See what we need. I need some more pepper. And maybe just a touch. Alright, so there we go. That's our low carb keto coleslaw. Let that sit overnight, and tomorrow that's going to be delicious. So now let's get on and make our cauliflower mac and cheese. Okay, for one of our side dishes for our Labor Day barbecue, we're going to make some cauliflower mac and cheese. So I've got a whole big head of cauliflower here. I'm the only low carber in my group, and I don't know how much they're going to eat, so I hate to waste all my good food on them. So I'm only going to use half this cauliflower because it is kind of a big head. But we're just going to cut it in half. and then we'll break down our florets. We're just going to cut our florets off and put them in this bowl, and then we're going to, I don't like to boil my cauliflower because it gets really watery, and I don't like it to be watery, so we're just going to cut our florets off. And you can kind of break them up into chunks. I don't want it to be cauliflower rice. I want to have chunks of cauliflower. Okay, we've got it all chopped up and in our bowl, and we're just going to salt and pepper it, and then we're going to stick it in the microwave like this, dry, nothing in it, for about 5 minutes. While we have our cauliflower in the microwave, we're going to go ahead and work on our sauce. I like to do mine, I like to make a sauce with some melted cheese and some cream and seasonings in it, and then I like to add, I'm just going to add some of these Kraft crumbles in it, so I can get that good nugget of cheese when you bite into the cauliflower. And these are pretty good. There is less than 1 carb. And we've got a good heavy bottom saucepan, and I've added 2 ounces of cream cheese in here. I'm going to put 2 tablespoons of butter, and we're going to put that on the eye and let that start melting, and then we're going to add some salt and pepper and a little bit of red pepper flakes and tiny little pinch of nutmeg, just because I like nutmeg, and where is it? A little bit of onion flakes. I'm going to put the onion flakes in the pan with the butter while it's melting, so they can, and I'm just using a very little bit. I bet that's not even half a teaspoon. And thus, the cauliflower's ready. I've got my cauliflower out of the microwave, and you can see 5 minutes, and it's fork tender, but it's not turned to mush. Since we didn't boil it, it's not waterlogged. So we'll just put that to the side, and in my pot, my butter's all melted, my cream cheese is starting to melt. It's got a lot of flavor in it from those onion flakes I put in it. So now we're going to add some cream. We're going to put a cup of cream in here. Might as well put that's about a cup and a tablespoon there. I just wanted to finish up that carton. And then we're going to put this back on the eye and let it come to a simmer. Then we're going to add our seasonings, and then we're going to put in about a half a cup of mozzarella cheese and a couple of slices of this pepper jack cheese, just because I want it to have, I like a little bit of spice in it. So let me get this back on the stove, and then I'll show you when I add cheese. Save on cleanup of this, and my pan's going missing. I'm going to cook this cauliflower mac and cheese in one of these little disposable pans I got from the Dollar Tree. And these are the cool ones. They come with the plastic lids, so you don't have to worry about a lid or anything. So we're just going to pour our cauliflower in here. And you know, that was just the right size. That was a good call on my part to get this size. Get it in there. And then when we get our sauce done, we'll pour it over, sprinkle in some nuggets of our cheese, and then we're going to put it in the oven at 350. I've got the oven preheating, and we're going to cook it about 20 minutes and see how my pot with my melted butter and my cream cheese and my heavy cream has come to a simmer, and everything's all melted. So we're going to add a cup of mozzarella, use any kind of cheese you want. I just happen to have some mozzarella in there. Generally I would have put the sharp cheddar in here, but I don't have it, so we're going to make do with what we got. And I'm going to add a couple of slices of my pepper jack cheese, and that'll give it a little kick. I would have put the shredded pepper jack, but I have these slices and I want to use those up. So I think I'm just going to put 2 slices of this pepper jack cheese in there. That'll give it a little kick, and I'm going to add a little bit of red pepper flakes. Now, if you don't like spicy, don't put spicy. Put whatever cheese you want. This would be good with Gruyere or Swiss or any cheese, because all cheese is good. So that's getting good and melted. So let's add our seasonings. Let's see. I'm going to do a 1/2 teaspoon, no, 1/4 of a teaspoon of nutmeg. And 1/4 of a teaspoon of pepper flake. Well, let's do a 1/2 teaspoon of pepper flakes. I like it hot. And I already put salt on the cauliflower, and there's salt in the cheese, so I'm going to lay off the salt right now and not add any more, but I am going to add a little more black pepper. And I'm going to put this back on the eye and get everything all melted, and when it's nice and silky and melted, then we'll pour it over our cauliflower. Alright, I don't know if you can see my pot, but I kind of give that a good whisk and a stir, and it's all nice and creamy. And we're just going to pour that over our cauliflower. Make room and put my pan back over here. Alright, so, and remember, if you're using a foil pan, always put a cookie sheet under to support it so you won't have any accidents. And let me exchange this whisk for a spatula so I can scrape all the goodness out of this pan. Alright, we're just going to pour that over. Oh man, y'all, this smells so good. Okay, kind of spread that around so you get that sauce on all of your cauliflower. And this by itself would be good enough, but we're just going to make it just that much more better. We're going to add some of these 3-cheese Monterey Jack, Colby, and cheddar crumbles. Oops, put it in the right place. And this, what did it say? It was 1/4 of a cup, has less than a carb. So you can be generous with this if you want to, if you're just doing carb count. If you are doing calorie count, 1/4 of a cup has, how many calories? 110 calories. So I think a 1/4 of a cup in here would be enough, or a 1/2 a cup. Some people make this, they put pork rinds on top of it to mimic breadcrumbs, but I don't know. Where I grew up here in the South, we never put breadcrumbs on top of macaroni and cheese, so I don't see any point in adding those extra carbs to my cauliflower here. So I'm going to get this on here. We're going to get this in the oven, and we're going to cook it for 20 minutes, and then we're going to check. There is our ooey gooey, let me tilt it so you can see it, ooey gooey cauliflower mac and cheese straight out of the oven. Now I'm just going to let this sit and cool a while. That is going to be great. So that's how we make our slaw and our cauliflower mac and cheese. And one note I want to add, when I was making the cauliflower mac and cheese, somehow I'm piece of my film, this new camera, I'm just not getting the hang of it, but I'm going to keep trying. But the part where I added 2 eggs to my sauce, is missing. So, but I did add 2 eggs to the heavy cream and the cheese mixture to put in there, and then I did bake it in the oven. So, but anyway, remember, if Sissy can do it, you can do it too. Have a great Labor Day. Bye.